Welcome to the Nightmare Orchard, where we tell scary stories that leave you wondering what is in the unknown. Sit back and enjoy. The Thing Beneath the Floorboards. Elias Boone had lived alone in the high Appalachian mountains for so long that silence had become a kind of companion. His cabin clung to the ridge like an old barnacle, weather-beaten, stubborn, and half forgotten by the world below. Nights were usually quiet, wind in the pines, owls calling, the occasional rustle of deer moving through the brush. But this sound was different. It came just past midnight, a low, dragging scrape from directly beneath the cabin floor. Elias sat up in bed, heart thudding. Nothing should have been under there, not unless it had dug its way in. The scraping came again. Longer this time. Wet. Heavy. Elias swung his legs out of bed and grabbed the lantern. The boards creaked under his boots as he crossed the room. He knelt, pressed his ear to the floor. A breath. A growl. Too close. He froze. Then something pushed upward from below, bowing the floorboards with a slow, deliberate strength. Elias stumbled back, snatched his hunting knife from the wall, a long, heavy blade he'd carried since his father gave it to him. He eased open the cabin door and stepped out into the cold mountain air. The moon hung low, pale as bone. He crouched beside the cabin and lifted the lantern toward the crawl space. Two eyes stared back at him. Not the bright, curious eyes of a black bear. These were dull, clouded, wrong, like something looking through the bear rather than from it. The creature dragged itself forward, its movements uneven, as if half its body didn't remember how to be alive. Its breath rattled. Its fur was patchy. Its jaw hung slightly open, twitching as if trying to remember how to bite. Elias whispered, "Lord above!" The bear lunged. Elias rolled aside, the lantern flying from his hand and shattering against a rock. Darkness swallowed the clearing except for the thin moonlight. The creature's claws scraped the dirt as it turned toward him, its movements jerky, unnatural. He tightened his grip on the knife. "I don't know what you are," he muttered, "but you ain't talking me tonight." The bear charged again, faster this time. Elias dodged behind a stump, the creature slamming into it with a grunt that sounded almost hollow. He felt the ground tremble beneath its weight. Elias waited for the right moment, breath steady, blade ready. When the creature lunged a third time, he stepped in close, using the bear's momentum, and drove the knife toward the only place he knew might matter. The creature reeled back, staggering, confused, as if its body couldn't decide whether to fall or keep fighting. For a long moment, it stood there in the moonlight, swaying, silent, almost peaceful. Then it collapsed. Elias didn't move for several minutes. He just stood there, breathing hard, staring at the still shape on the ground. When he finally approached, he kept the knife raised. The bear didn't rise again. But something else did, a question that would haunt him far longer than the creature itself. What could twist a living thing into something that refused to die? And somewhere deep in the woods, far beyond the ridge, he heard another sound. A distant scrape. A second one. Thank you for tuning in, and if you liked this story, like and subscribe for future stories and updates.